Hello and welcome to another episode of GameHammer Daily. I'm Zoe Kirk-Robinson and I'm here in the gaming room to talk to you about an absolute classic that got ported and became even more of a classic. Let's look at Miss Pac-Man, especially on the Mega Drive. Few game sequels ever managed to surpass the original, but Miss Pac-Man is the exception. Imagine taking a certified classic like Pac-Man and just tweaking a few things, then releasing that as a whole new game, only now people enjoy it even more. It's the Space Invaders Part 2 of the maze genre, but with Miss Pac-Man it was actually done right. The additions this time round are mazes that actually change as you progress through the game, which means you don't risk getting bored at the lack of increased challenge, and the bonus items move as well. Little changes like this were enough to make the game so much better on their own. But there's one more thing as well. The AI has been tweaked, so the ghosts, they're also more of a challenge this time round. There are 4 mazes in the game now, with the player progressing through from one to the next after each cutscene is played, then returning to the original maze when the gameplay loops back at the end of the game. 4 mazes is enough to add some much needed variety to keep you from getting locked into a play pattern that will always work for you. The sound effects are great too. They're different to the original Pac-Man, which helps to give Miss Pac-Man her own look and feel, and on the whole it's an excellent version of the game, and definitely one you'll want to keep coming back to for a long time to come. I can't recommend Miss Pac-Man enough. It's one of the best games around in my opinion, and that's actually why I have a mini arcade version of it in my office. I really enjoy it. So when I say the Mega Drive version has managed to improve on the original game, you know it must be something very special. How could the Mega Drive have improved on a near-perfect arcade game? By adding extra options that provide more variety, that's how. The Mega Drive port has 4 maze sizes to choose from. Mini, which isn't actually all that small. Standard, which is the maze size that you'll know from the arcade. Big, which is big, but not too big. And Strange, which is strange. Each of these maze size options have different maze shapes to work through as you progress through the game, so no matter which version you choose, you still won't get bored and locked into a set play pattern. It's a really nice touch and actually helps to make all of these new options feel more like just variants of the original game, because they're all using the same styles as the original game rather than just being an add-on map extra. All of the sprites look really nice and really crisp too. They're big but not too big, and they look really cool, giving the ghosts and Miss Pac-Man herself a little bit more personality. Everything looks really nice and really polished. It's a great experience. But there is one thing that lets the game down, and it's the controls. Using the standard Mega Drive controller means it's far too easy to accidentally move in the wrong direction. The precise joystick controls of the arcade are completely gone here, and it's so frustrating. I'd like to think that using an arcade stick would sort this problem out, but I can't say for sure because I don't have a Mega Drive arcade stick to hand to test it, and it isn't compatible with the Master System arcade stick. So, all in all, I just can't check. I'd like to say that it would be better. I really hope it is, but I've got to review it on how I've played it, and when I played it, it was far too easy to accidentally go in the wrong direction and get eaten by a ghost. But despite the controller issues, this is still an amazing port of the game that actually manages to enhance the original. If you haven't played it yet, grab a copy. You will not be disappointed. So there you are. Miss Pac-Man in the arcades was an absolute stone cold classic, based on an absolute stone cold classic, and when it was ported to the Mega Drive, it was enhanced to become an absolute stone cold classic. It's like the trifecta of classics. It's that good. Guys, if you haven't played it yet, go and get a copy. You will not be disappointed. If you enjoy proper classic arcade games, and yes, this video is sponsored by the word classic. No, it's not really. But if you do enjoy absolute classics, get yourself a copy. Maze game fans will love it. People who just love an arcade game, they'll love it too. It's that good. Okay, that's all we got time for today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this, and if you have, remember to click that like button, share it with your friends so that they'll know a good game when they see it, and do subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching GameHammer Daily, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk-Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey82, Mo Henry, and George Botterini. Thank you so much, guys.